Last week, Beast of Reincarnation came out, but let's just say that the reception hasn't been the best. There's probably a good reason why, so let's get into it. Beast of Reincarnation was a game that I actually saw 2 times by now. Whether that was the Summer's Game Fest, I'm not sure if it was there, but I definitely know that it was in one of the state of plays. I've seen it twice, and that's all I wanted to see. I was like, wow, it's Game Freak. All right, let's go. It's Game Freak. It's the people that made Pokemon. Usually when they make any other game that isn't Pokemon, it's usually better, at least in my eyes. But here comes Beast of Reincarnation, much higher like quality game than what Game Freak has, put out before. And well, let's just say that the games that they used to make before, you kind of still feel them here, except in very high quality presentation, to say the least. And that brings me to one of my points. This game feels a bit messy, a bit not well paced, at least at the start. I'm not sure if this game gets way better later, but for me and my experience so far, I'm not really feeling it right now. And the reason why, it's because when I first started this game, the running was fine. I was okay with it feeling a little bit more underdeveloped in some factors, like, you can fall during like a cutscene, kind of, not a full-on cutscene, but there's like a sequence where you're meant to run forward, and for some reason I just kind of fell. The camera could be maybe just a little further away when locking onto a huge monster. But I mean, the fighting and the music was probably one of my favorite things in this game so far. By any means, I don't think this game is bad. I actually think this game is okay. It really just depends on you if you can resonate or if you click with this okay game. That's what it feels like right now. Maybe later I might otherwise think this game is super good, but as for now, I just think the game is okay. Presentation for story, it is actually really pretty, right? Like, it looks like a God of War game. It looks like, Stellar Blade. It really seems like it wants to go for Stellar Blade, but then it has some of the Expedition 33 stuff or Final Fantasy 7 things because of the quick time events, and then the pick the skill thing. So there's like a lot in here. It doesn't really fully feel good in my eyes so far, but the combat itself felt rather simple. Can it get more in-depth? I think it will, but I'm not sure about the combos as much as using meters and stuff. And that's cool, right? Like, that's cool. There's things in here that I'm willing to continue playing to give it a try, see if it does get better. Because right now I'm still very early in the game. So I want to take this game just a little slower. I have other games to play, like Dench Attack, Our World, and I much more rather play those. Oh, and Marvel Tokon. I much rather be playing those than this right now, because I'm having way more fun with those right now. However, I don't want to consider this game bad right now as of this moment, because I don't know what the end product, or not the end product, but I don't know what the end or the overall experience feels like. It's just that the very start doesn't feel great. It doesn't. It's not clicking with me. Maybe eventually it'll click, but as of right now, it's not really hitting for me in ways that I maybe thought it would, because it's just, again, it's just a clash of systems, right? It's got the Final Fantasy skill where things just stop time or whatever, and you get to pick a skill like if it was the turn-based game, and once you make or choose a skill, not make a skill, but choose a skill, the dog will show up, and then you have to press a quick time event kind of thing, like if it was Clair Obscure Expedition 33. And then there's the other factor too. There's no stamina system, sorta, which is good. So it feels more like Stellar Blade in that sense. But at the same time, it feels like you're playing a Dark Souls game because you do level up and stuff. It's kind of like a mesh or a mush of things. So it doesn't end up playing too well for me right now. Again, maybe if I get better combos, better moves, then it'll start feeling even better. But right now, I'm not sure how exactly better. The cool thing is definitely the range stuff, right? And when it comes to an action game, I'm more definitely of like a Stellar Blade person, a Devil May Cry person, Scarlet Nexus, whatever, even Senran Kagura, whatever you name it. I like to get close and personal, right? I do. And believe me, I like okay games. I like Callisto Protocol myself, personally, because I liked nothing more than getting up close and personal with a monster and just beating the living crap out of everything with my bare hands or my bat, my fist, whatever. You know, getting close and personal is the best thing for me. But the gameplay for the guns is actually really cool. I really like that for your ranged weapons, you don't have guns, you have like crossbows and bows and stuff like that. But for those, I actually really like the fact that if you're running, if you're in the middle of the air, especially if you're in the middle of the air and you're falling, you can actually shoot in slow motion, Max Payne style, kind of almost. And it's super cool. Again, this game does have some really good systems. I think this game could be super good, but even from a story perspective as well, I'm not really vibing it. Like, I think the story's cool, how these people are essentially almost cursed. They're like tree people. They can't really stare at the sun for too long, or else they start like burning or something. The story's kind of there. I'm interested in like the overall story of it for sure, but the story presentation is also okay. It's good, but it's also lacking at the same time. It is cutscenes, so it looks good, but what it's missing, it's that tension or intensity in a cutscene that it should have. Now, I appreciate that most of the tension and all that stuff is in game. I do appreciate that, but then the cutscenes are left without any impact. Right now, cutscenes hold no impact whatsoever for me. I think that's my biggest problem right now. But there is a lot of systems in here. I just wish that maybe they had a little more time to cook some of these systems to just kind of mix them well. It's not like I don't like a mix of systems, right? Like, I like Trails in the Sky remake, or, you know, Metaphor with the mix of action to turn-based kind of stuff. Yakuza, you know, when you use Kiryu, it goes like into action. But when you use, you know, the other guy, Ichiban, it's like turn-based. So I'm more than capable of enjoying a mixed genre combination. It's just that if it's not played well, if it's not mixed well, placed well, paced well, whatever, I'm not really gonna vibe with it. It's gonna feel janky, even though I think the responsiveness of parries and everything is fine. I think the responsiveness of everything is fine. The game combat doesn't look janky. It doesn't really exactly feel janky. It's just that all the systems make the game feel janky. It's really hard to explain how I feel about this game because I really want to like it. I really want to like it. But just because I don't like it doesn't mean that you shouldn't like it or that you aren't allowed to like it. As I said already, I think this game is actually okay, and it's probably on the more side of the better okays. But for me, I think it's just a thing of I'm not really feeling it at the moment. I don't want to keep repeating myself here, so I will end things here. But before I end it up on this note, I do want to say that right now, things look pretty bad. Maybe with a little bit more patches, the game might feel a little better, but I'm not sure what they can do in patches to fix some of this jank, because this jank, it isn't like glitches for me personally. I didn't really run into issues like that when it came to polish or when it came to how well the game runs. The game runs super well for me, but I just think the game is okay. I don't think this game is as bad as people say. I hope that eventually, as I continue this game slowly, hopefully I change my mind eventually and say this game was actually freaking amazing. It deserves to be played all the way at the end. I love games that have that super underrated start, that is not underappreciated, it's more, it's just like whatever start, and then it just keeps going, and then for some reason it just clicks, and then after it just goes and goes and goes and goes, and it's like, whoa. But if it doesn't really do that, then I don't know. This may be the only video I may end up doing on Beast of Reincarnation. If that's the case, who knows? We'll see. Once again, game is okay. It's not being received well, but I don't think it's as bad as people say. The game is just okay. It's not really, it doesn't feel like it's trying to do anything special too much. It doesn't feel like it wants to accelerate, or not accelerate, but be good at one thing over the other. It feels like all the systems in here are good, but they could be better. That's exactly what the game feels like right now. All the systems here are there for you, they work, but they don't do one thing special over another, for me personally, for me to actually fully enjoy the experience of Beast of Reincarnation. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I also have a Patreon if you guys want to support me and the channel directly. With that said, thank you guys for being here, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.